Magic the Gathering is finally getting a manga, and you say finally, well, I mean, Card Fight has one, Yu-Gi-Oh has one, so no, why not, Magic the Gathering? The year is 1998. Hajime Kano is a junior high school student enthralled with the collectible card game Magic the Gathering, dubbed Magic for short. Playing with his classmates every day during break, his loud group catches the attention of Emi Sawatari, the top student who berates Hajime's group for bringing such a game to school. Hajime sees Emi as his self-proclaimed rival and challenges to academic battles, which he frequently results in defeat. One day, Hajime decides to pay a visit to a card shop that specializes in magic. Much to his surprise, not only does he find Emi inside, but he also discovers that she is the undisputed best magic player in the store. This meeting sparks a slow but steady change in their relationship as they grow to know each other better through various magic duels. With the turn of the millennium drawing close, the saga of the two youths begins. For those who don't know, Magic the Gathering is a card game that was started in 1993 by Wizard of the Coast. But Magic the Gathering is one of those games that are known world around. It's a world phenomenon. People do Magic like tournaments all over the country. They travel, they win for cash prizes. There's very valuable cards in this card game. Some say it's the grandfather TCG. It's the one that started it all. It's the one that made way for Yu-Gi-Oh! The one that made way for Card Fight, White Shorts, Pokemon. Anything you can think of, it all comes back to Magic. So, now that you have a little understanding of what MTG or Magic is, let's dive into this slice of life that revolves around Magic the Gathering. As I stated before, this takes place in the year 1998, well, starting at least. This is 5 years after Magic came out and made its debut. The story follows Hajime Kano. Like I said before, he's a junior high student who is just making his way through. He wants to do his best in school. He thinks he knows everything. He thinks he's the creme de la creme. He thinks he is the best. Until he meets his rival, Emi, who is the school class president, or yeah, the school president, not the class president. So as Hajime goes throughout the years, he plays Magic with his friends, and he truly believes that the dark deck, the swamp, as the lands are, but it's the dark, we'll just call it dark. The dark deck is the way to go, and every other deck doesn't hold up because the dark deck can destroy a bunch of stuff, and you can take control. So Hajime sits there and talks to his friends, and his friends are like, hey, there's a card shop an hour or so, like bikes ride away. Why don't you go check that out? You can get better cards. And as he's sitting there pondering the idea, the rival that he's self-proclaimed, Emi Sawatari, comes and says, hey, we're at school, you can't be playing these games, you need to stop. So after he goes back and forth with her, comes the end of the day and he starts thinking, he said, you know what, yeah, on the weekend, I'm gonna go to this card shop, I'm gonna go try out this new place, see if I can get new cards to make myself better and improve my deck so I can play with my friends again. Or play with my friends more and, make them realize they need to get better cards and stuff. He goes on this whole big tangent and starts walking and talking to himself. So, here comes the weekend, he gets dressed up and he gets on his bike ride. You see the scenic, like picturesque bike ride he takes through the countryside along the riverside, and then he ends up in this card shop, to which he's so surprised to see all these people together playing Magic, as well as doing other hobbies such as Gunpla, and other things that are kind of like generated and put together when it comes to these kinds of shops. Then he sees everyone gathered around saying, oh, what, she's undefeated, she can't be stopped. And then he sees Emi sitting right over there. He's like, now's my time. I'm gonna hide my identity, to which he lowers his cap and he takes on Emi. He's like, this is my time. I can beat her. And then he gets destroyed. He gets mollywopped. Like, it gets destroyed because she has a light deck and she apparently has good counters at that time to everything he has. So during the thing, she ends up dropping a card and he actually reaches underneath without thinking to give her hand. That's when she realized that he's there. And she gets scared, confused, and then runs off, leaving her stuff behind. And everyone in the shop is very confused, patting him on the back for giving her a run for money. And he's like, well, we go to the same school, I'll take her stuff. Well, come the next day, he ends up trying to return a deck, to which she slams him against the corner and like drags him around and says, you should not be bringing this stuff here. I have 2 different lives. You cannot let anyone know about this. He's like, why? You're good at the game. Be happy. She's like, no, I have a social status. I have a social standing. I cannot let them know that I play Magic. And he's like, fine. Next time I see you, I'll play you. And he gives her the deck, and as she walks away, all these people come around. She brings back up her, normal personality and goes about the day. So he spends a lot of time crafting, trying to figure out ways to beat Emi, his rival. And then after a while, he decides he has enough. He knows what to do. He spent time monologuing to himself. He spent time planning on things he should do, moves he should make, what she would do. and thus he heads to that local card store once more. Well, I say local, it's an hour, but that local card store once more and challenges her. The winner can make the others do whatever they say. That is the bet here, to which he heads into a fearsome battle. Our main boy ends up trying to take the lead. He almost did. He had Emmy on the ropes, but she pulled a certain thing of cards called Armageddon that turned the battle around and put it in her favor, to which she won. From there, he gets mad but admits defeat, and everyone claps because it was the best duel they've seen ever come through the doors. And to which he walks off, and Emmy says, "You should take me home," to which he ends up riding her on the back of her bike. And they have a nice meaningful time at the end there. And it's a very nice peaceful manga. Like, it's really good slice of life. It does a lot of good things to show the balance between actual schoolwork and doing the school life, while also putting in to the factor of this is an MTG manga. These are real Magic cards. They use older cards that were used back in '98 in this manga. And they show things that remind me of the older Yu-Gi-Oh style. Like, when they play cards on the field, there's little creatures on the table. Obviously, that's not real, but it's in their mind. But they do the same thing in older Yu-Gi-Oh mangas. This manga has a lot of potential. It has 13 volumes out overseas, by the way. So, it's getting here soon. Make sure you go grab one. The art style is fantastic. You've been seeing it. It really does remind me of old Yu-Gi-Oh with the art style. And it does really show things from '98. It definitely puts it in that time capsule. And it shows that these are the cards that are going on. Keep in mind, there's like this dark undertone about Armageddon because it is almost the turn of the century. And a lot of people think between the years of 1998 and 2000, the world was going to end. And that kind of plays into the world, especially with Armageddon and cards like that in Magic. They, you know, the characters kind of believe that maybe this might actually happen, and these cards are kind of foretelling a prophecy. But I don't want to go into detail because that's kind of a spoiler. I highly recommend this manga. Very good, very well put together. Art was fantastic. Story is very solid, and it teaches you how to do certain things in Magic. It says, hey, these are the costs. These are what lands are. This is how it does that. Very nice. And if you are a fan of Magic or even card game manga or card games in general, this is a good one to choose from. And I highly recommend. So make sure you pick it up when it comes out, and I think by the end of the year, I think it's coming out, or sometime next year. And the anime's announced for it too, so like I'm really curious on how they're going to go about it. If the anime is going to follow like the card fight route or the buddy fight route where they teach you how to play the game while going through the shows, or if they're going to take some other route. Let me know what you guys think down below. Let me know if you're a TCG player, by the way, because I would love to review the card fight manga at one point, and maybe if there's ever a Weiss Schwarz card fight or a card like game out there, I would love to like review that manga too. Let me know. Love you all. Appreciate you all. And I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.